I'm 30. I'm getting old. If you have a gloss that you want to share with the class, then let us know. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing the perfect makeup tag. This tag was created by Patty Alonso and Morgan Turner, two of my favorites. Watch their videos religiously, honestly. Seriously, great reviews. Amazing 5 looks, 1 palettes from Patty, and just really detailed reviews from Morgan. I love them both. They're amazing. So this is just such a really fun tag to just talk about your favorite makeup products, pretty much everything that you need to create the most perfect makeup, which I have on my face right now. So it's a lot of fun. But if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I love doing chatty videos like this. I'm known for my colorful makeup looks, and I also do a ton of product reviews. If that sounds like something that interests you, I'd love to have you as part of my fam. And let's get into this video. Let me preface this by saying that I do have multiples for some questions. I might be cheating a little bit, but it's okay. For some of them, I don't though, so be proud of me. The first question is, which primer creates the perfect base? And for me, I didn't even have to think twice about this. That's the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas. This is such a fantastic smoothing primer. It is very, very pricey, I know. This is $52, but it is so worth the price in my opinion. If you struggle with textured skin, this is your best friend. When this came out, I was like, I'm not gonna like this more than the regular Silk Canvas, but I love it more than the regular Silk Canvas. In fact, I didn't have this for quite a few months because I had run out and I just didn't repurchase it, and I was just using the regular Silk Canvas, and I felt like my makeup was always looking really heavy, and it was because of that. When I went back to this, I purchased this again. That didn't happen anymore. This claims to add a protective layer to your skin, which is amazing. Like, what? This is oil-free and silicone based, but silicone is very low on the list, so you don't have to worry about that. It's so smoothing, but it adds a level of hydration that the original Silk Canvas just does not do. It makes any foundation look flawless. It gives you like this blurring effect. It's not sticky or heavy on the skin like the original one is. And it just like really melts into the skin. Like, it really gets absorbed by your skin before you put on foundation, so it makes it seem like it's not even there, but it is, and it's working very, very well. A lot of people with really dry skin seem to think that this is a little drying on them, which I don't find to be the case. I have very, very dry skin, and it really seems hydrating to me in my opinion, but I recommend to use this with a really intense moisturizer. Like, really moisturize your skin before you go in with this. You'll love this. It's totally worth the price point. The next question is, which foundation has the perfect finish? Now, for this one, I definitely have two because I have two modes of what I like in a foundation. I'll start with the less expensive one, the one on my face today. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation. I think that this is such an underrated foundation. This has been my favorite foundation since it released last, I think July, I think it was. This is $16. It is a medium to buildable coverage. I would say it gives more of a radiant finish. It kind of leaves you a little dewy. I would say this is more meant for people with dry skin. I think if you have oily skin, you'll probably look oily throughout the day. It has hyaluronic acid, which is very hydrating. This is also formulated with fruit extracts to enhance the look of your own skin. This doesn't emphasize my texture at all. It also has coconut water. It's really fresh and skin-like. I really love this foundation. One of my favorites. On the opposite end of the price scale, I guess, this is the Dior Air Flash foundation. This is $62, but this is so worth the money. I bought this a year ago, and I don't even think, I mean, it's hard to tell because it's like an actual spray foundation, but it's really heavy. There's still a lot in here. This is great for all skin types, so it doesn't matter if you have oily skin or combo skin or dry skin. This will look really good because it is a nice natural finish. It's my food here. I'm waiting for my sushi. This is enriched with light diffusing pigments, so it just makes your skin look super flawless. This is a medium to full coverage buildable, I would say. I always like to take it with a brush. I take it with especially like a dense brush like this. This is the BK Beauty 101 brush. I really like this for using this foundation. This is the shade 3N, which is my self-tan shade. It's pretty dark. By the way, the ColourPop one I have in the shade light 60N. I could probably go a shade down for my non-self-tan because I did have to blend it down my neck quite a bit. I love this because it is completely waterproof. Last year, I did a waterproof makeup tutorial with my sister-in-law where we actually jumped in the pool and we tested if our makeup was waterproof. This is completely waterproof. It did not budge whatsoever. I love it. I really love how lightweight this is. It is a very natural yet radiant finish. It's not too matte and it's not too hydrating. You don't look too matte or too dewy. This is so flawless on the skin though. It doesn't emphasize any texture. It blurs everything. It just looks so perfect on the skin. Next question is, which concealer has the perfect coverage? Again, I chose two because I have two different like modes where I really like full coverage or I like a little bit less coverage. So I'm gonna talk about Shape Tape first. I don't know, you probably all saw that coming. This is my favorite concealer of all time. Although a lot of people either really hate it or they really love it. There's no in between. This is full coverage and matte, and it can look pretty drying. If you have really dry under eyes, I would stay away from this. I have pretty dry under eyes, but what I like to do is like really use an intense heavy eye cream if I'm gonna use this that day. Like, it doesn't emphasize anything for me, but what I love about it is that it covers everything. It really smooths into my fine lines. Like, I have some fine lines. I'm 30. I'm getting old. Ugh. That scares me. I can't believe I just said that. I admitted that I'm old. I hate that. This is infused with tape technology that helps brighten, smooth, and give the skin a firmer, more lifted look. I have to say that that is the case. I have the shade Light, which I believe is actually a pink undertone, and I want to go more neutral. So I might get light neutral next time. I think that might be a little dark on me, but we'll see how it works. This also has mango seed and shea butter, which nourishes and hydrates. It also has licorice root to brighten. It blends pretty easily in my opinion. It doesn't flake or crease throughout the day. This is super long lasting. It lasts longer than my foundations sometimes, which is amazing. I just can't recommend this concealer enough. Now the concealer that's like the opposite price point and finish, I would say. So the Tarte Shape Tape, by the way, is $29. This is the Armani Luminous Silk. This is $38, so it's not that much more expensive, but this is medium buildable coverage, I would say. This is a very hydrating, radiant looking concealer. I like to use this on days where I don't want a lot of coverage, which has been lately actually, because I don't know, summer just, I like the more lightweight feel. So I will use a tinted moisturizer and then go in with this medium coverage concealer and call it a day. It is completely flawless under the skin, but it does leave a little bit of radiance. If you have oily skin, I would stay far away from this one. It's actually made with microfill technology that provides a luminous airbrush finish. It's formulated with glycerin, caffeine, and vitamin E to diminish the look of dark circles and puffiness while smoothing the appearance of fine lines with soft focused pearls, which I have to agree with. This is one of my go-tos. I use this one today. I think it's absolutely amazing. By the way, I've purchased Shape Tape about 17,000 times since it first released. This is probably like my 18th tube. Honestly, I have another one sitting there. This one's pretty low. I actually bought this one a few months ago and it's quickly become one of my favorites. I just love how radiant it looks under the eyes. Sometimes I won't even set it and it still lasts a long time. But when I do set it, it still looks really nice and radiant, even peeking through, especially if I use the right powder, which I'm going to talk about next. Next question is which powder gives the perfect blur? And this is the only one where I have three. I have to talk about all three of them because they're all so different. Well, two of them I actually couldn't choose between them. So the first one is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray. Setting powder. As you can see, I love it. Like, look at how much I've hit pan on this. This is amazing. But this gives a medium coverage. So it does add a little bit more like kind of heaviness to the skin, although it's not heavy. It is pretty lightweight, but it does add that extra bit of coverage. This is $45, but it comes in a mini, which is amazing. So if you want to try it out, I definitely recommend to get the mini first. I have the shade One Fair because I use this only on my under eyes. I should probably get a few more. I want to include this in my kit actually too, to use on clients because I think that this is a great setting powder. It is a natural finish, so it's not too matte. So rose wax and almond oil helps nourish, soften, and moisturize the skin. It has light reflecting pearls to diffuse the light. As it hits your face, it doesn't cake or settle into the fine lines. Even though it has a little bit more coverage, it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It makes everything look flawless. I think that this is such a great powder. If you have oily skin, you'll really enjoy this one, but even me with dry skin, I love it a lot. The next one is the Dior Powder No Powder. Now, talk about no powder. Literally, you don't feel this. This is as lightweight as you could possibly get. This is such a great powder. This is the shade One Neutral. I did notice, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, if my camera's gonna be able to see it, it is getting a little bit of hard pan, which is annoying. I hate that. I don't know why that's happening, but this is so lightweight. I love it for the under eyes as well. This blurs everything. Your face looks so flawless. I actually like using this on top of cream products on my cheeks just to kind of like diffuse everything together, and it looks so stunning. This is non-powdery, so like you don't even feel it on your face. It visibly evens out the complexion for a luminous matte finish. I would say it's more radiant than the Charlotte Tilbury. That's why I kind of gravitate toward this one a little bit more. But yeah, the one downside is that it gets hard pan. By the way, this one is less expensive. This is $40. The full size of the Charlotte Tilbury is $45, so just by $5. I did also want to include a loose setting powder. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. I have the shade Butter here. This is $32. I like this for chiseling out my like contour down here, but I also love, if I'm gonna bake, I'm gonna use this. It is such a flawless looking powder. It is the most finely milled powder I've ever ever found. It is weightless though. You don't feel it on the skin. Even when I bake, I don't feel it. This reduces shine and it blurs. It doesn't settle into your fine lines either. If you have dry skin, you'll love this. If you have oily skin, you'll also probably love this. I think this is suitable for a lot of skin types. I would say if you have oily skin, go for the Charlotte Tilbury. If you have dry skin, go for the Dior. If you're in need of a loose setting powder, the Fenty is amazing. Next question is, which bronzer has the perfect undertone? And again, I have two because I have two different moods. I either have a cream or powder mood. So the first we're going to talk about is the Milk Makeup bronzer. I love the undertone of this because it is not too warm, not too cool. It's perfect for contouring. It's also perfect for just overall bronzing up the skin. The best part about this is the formula. It is so smooth. They also have minis, by the way. This is the shade Baked, so this is the lighter shade of the two. It's matte but super creamy, like super creamy. You have time to blend it out. It's not like it's gonna get stuck in one place as soon as you apply it. It's formulated with hydrating ingredients for a buildable, blendable color. It's got mango butter and apricot oil to hydrate and blend into the skin and creates a natural looking glow. I would say you still kind of feel it. It doesn't dry down completely. It still looks really nice and radiant on the skin. When I do want to use a cream contour, it's usually this one. The other bronzer I have is actually a bronzer that's not really talked about by a lot of people. This is the Thrive Cosmetics. This is the Blur and Sculpt Bronzing Powder. This is the shade Rhea. I would say this is a soft matte bronzer. I love the undertone of this one for the same reason. I love the undertone of the Milk Makeup. It's very, very neutral, so you can either chisel out the cheekbones or just overall bronze the skin. I love the formula of this as well. It's powered by a blur effect technology for a diffuse skin perfecting finish that always looks naturally sun-kissed and seamless. It's got Youth B5 complex to combine hyaluronic acid and B5 to smooth, hydrate, and replenish moisture. And it has HD micropigments that provides a long-lasting, water-resistant, weightless color. I love this bronzer a lot. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. I'm pretty sure I bought this off of Kathleen Light's recommendation a year ago or two even at this point. I'm almost hitting pan. I don't know if you guys can see that. I do use it a lot. This is the one I use today to sculpt out my cheekbones. Just a great formula that blends out really easily. Okay, I had to take a little lunch break. My sushi was delivered. I was not gonna wait to eat my sushi until I finished. So now my mouth is super spicy, but we're gonna get through this. All right. It's so spicy. The next question is, what blush has the perfect shade? I have two, but I actually cannot find one of them, which is so annoying. So I'm just gonna talk about that one first. I have the Say Dew blush in the shade Poppy. It's such a gorgeous shade, but an even better formula. And what I love about it is that it's not too expensive. I don't know where it is. It has to be maybe in my travel makeup bag. It's $22. This is water-based with a creamy blendable formula. It gives the skin a healthy flush of seamless color. It claims to have a natural finish, but I would say it's a little bit more dewy than natural. So if you don't like that kind of thing, you probably would have to set it with powder. It's got moldberry to help brighten the skin and fade pigmentation. And it's got elderberry to fight free radical and environmental damage. It's also got evening primrose to help moisturize and soothe dry, irritated skin. What I love most about it is the shade. It's like such a unique shade and it's a great formula. And honestly, it's become one of my favorite liquid products of all time. But the ones that I do have are from Moira Cosmetics. Moira is an indie brand. I have the, what are they called? The Signature Ombre Blusher. And I have two shades right here. They're both really, really nice. Of the two, I prefer obviously the orange one. This is Orange Blossom. And then I also have Morning Sunshine. These are $9 each, which is amazing. I just love a good orange blush. I'm wearing actually Morning Sunshine today though, because I thought it matched more with my eye look. This is so lightweight and silky smooth. I love the imprint on these. It's so freaking gorgeous. I just love swirling my brush in here and getting the most perfect orange. It's pretty pigmented, so you have to take a pretty light hand and probably tap out the excess from your brush, but it goes on so smoothly and it blends evenly. It's not like once it's on, it's stuck there forever. But yeah, I really love supporting indie brands, so this is definitely something I highly recommend, and it's so affordable. Love it. The next question is, which highlighter has the perfect finish? And this is a newer highlighter to my collection. It's from Pat McGrath. I love this highlighter. It is the Skin Fetish Divine Glow highlighter in Golden Nectar. This is the one that came out with her Divine Blush collection. I love the finish of it. I don't love the packaging. I also love the shade. It is kind of a golden champagne shade, but I love the finish. It is so stunning. It doesn't emphasize any texture, and it is just super bam in your face. It's kind of difficult to get this to work on lighter skin tones. Like for example, it's probably a little too dark for my skin tone. Look at once I blend it out, how gorgeous this looks. It's almost like glass-like. So this combines skin-loving botanical oils with multi-tone micro pearls, and its molten luminosity blends seamlessly onto the skin for a smooth, ultra-reflective finish and imperceptible silken feel. I'm just obsessed with this highlighter. I've been using it nonstop since I got it. I actually think I like these more than the blush formula, which is kind of crazy because like the whole point of that collection was the blushes. Look at how gorgeous it looks. I like a more neutral color that will match my eye look for the most part, but this is such a stunning highlighter shade. I use it constantly. Okay, so next we're moving on to lips, and I did want to add my own little question: which lip liner has the best formula? I want to talk about lip liner because lip liner is so important to me, and I have two lip liners here. The first is from NYX. This is a NYX Nude Truffle. This is the perfect shade and perfect formula. It is a wooden pencil, and while I generally don't like those, it is still pretty creamy enough, but it's also stiff enough that it just like gives the perfect line to your lips. It's also the perfect shade, and it's also like $4. It's a slim pencil, so you can get a precise application. It's a buttery, soft, and smooth formula. It's also very, very long wearing and kind of waterproof, I would say. It creates the perfect ombre nude lip. The other one that I have is like the opposite end of the spectrum. This is the Pat McGrath Contour Lip. This is Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil. Look at how much I've used both of these. They're almost like used up. They used to be much longer. That's how much I love these. Now, this is $28, which is crazy expensive in comparison to $4, but this is a different formula. So it really depends on what I'm looking for. They're kind of similar shades though, I would say. This one's maybe a little bit more warm, but this has Permagel technology that prevents feathering for waterproof and transfer resistant wear. This is creamy. A lot more creamy than the NYX, but not as creamy as like ColourPop, I would say. But the idea behind the creaminess in this lip liner is that she wants a formula that gives you time to like blend out the outer edges if you want to diffuse them. You have time to like manipulate the product before it actually dries down, and it does dry down, but it's still really, really creamy. So this is such a great and unique formula that I think it's worth the $28. It lasts a long time. I've had this for more than a year, and I use it all the time. But let's talk about which lipstick has the perfect formula. So I don't have an actual lipstick. I have a liquid lip. I don't prefer actual lipsticks, like bullet lipsticks. I just don't. I generally use liquid lipstick, and my liquid lipstick of choice is the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment. This is the shade Get It On. It's the most neutral out of all of them. This is the most lightweight liquid lip you're ever gonna find. This is $28, by the way, and I remember when I first got it, I got it in a BoxyCharm, not this particular shade, but a pink shade, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta get a nude. I did my BoxyCharm unboxing and try on, blah blah, and I wore it, and I wore my makeup throughout the day, and I forgot that I had lipstick on until I took my makeup off at night, like 8+ hours later, and my lipstick was still on. That's how long this lasts. It is such a great formula. It is completely matte. It dries down. This shade in particular is a little more warm than I would like. I wish they had a little bit more of a cooler tone nude, but they don't. They need to come out with more colors. It's really pricey, but I think it's worth the money in the end because it just lasts forever. It's such a lightweight formula. You barely feel it on your lips. I'm telling you, I was eating and everything, and I didn't even notice that my lipstick was still on. It was insane. It's such full coverage in just one swipe, as you saw my swatch. It's amazing, and it is super smudge resistant. I'm not wearing this one today, but I generally do love the two of these together, the Pat McGrath and this. They create a really nice ombre look. But yes, like I said, I do want to add which gloss has the best formula because I would love to know. I love glosses. If you have a gloss that you want to share with the class, then let us know. But my favorite gloss formula, and I'm gonna show you all of the ones that I own. Actually, I don't think this is all of them. Oh, here's another one. It's from Alamar Cosmetics. I don't hear a lot of people talking about these. Oh no! Whatever, I found on the floor. I had 5. I might have more, to be honest. That's how much I love them. I have them all. Like, she needs to come out with more shades. Today I'm wearing I'm wearing Birthday Suit on my lips. It's a pink with like a little bit of a shimmer in it. It is such a stunning formula and shade. I also really love Dulce. I don't know where Dulce is. I must have another one somewhere, but whatever. These are $15. I love supporting indie brands, but I love this formula so much. This is a high shine gloss. I would say it's a medium coverage, so it's not like the most intense pigmentation you're gonna get from a gloss. This is super hydrating and long lasting because it is kind of a sticky formula. I know it's not for everybody. It's not the most sticky you can get. It's not like annoyingly sticky. It's my favorite formula of all time. It's like thick and sticky and creamy, but like in the best way possible. Highly recommend these. I love them. Okay, the next question is which palette has the perfect shimmers? I would have to say that the Pat McGrath, any Pat McGrath palette will have the perfect shimmers, but this one is Divine Rose. I'm obsessed with this palette, first of all, but I'm obsessed with the Blitz Astral shades over here, especially the duochrome. It is the most amazing shimmer formula you can get. I don't think you can find this anywhere else. This is one of my favorite duochromes too. It's like red pink to like a gold reflect. It's so stunning. Look at that. That is so stunning. They can be a little tricky to work with. They're a little crumbly at times. That is the most perfect inner corner highlight right here. She's worth the price point, honestly. Look at that. You cannot get that formula anywhere else. It is like so special. But yeah, her Blitz Astral shades are so intense and so gorgeous on the lids. They are just so stunning. These are the most intense and special shimmers ever. And then the last question is, which palette has the perfect color story? And it's the palette on my eyes today. This is the Natasha Denona Circle Loco palette. I think that this palette is so special. It is such a fun color story. It's not your everyday random boring rainbow whatever. It seems like every single shade was placed in here for a purpose. You can create so many looks with this palette. I just get inspired every time I open this palette to create like something different that I didn't create before. It's $129. I wish it was one of her $65 like smaller pan palettes. Her reasoning for making it this price point is it is limited edition. So if you don't have this palette and you like colors like this, you will definitely love this. It is such a fun formula, such a fun color story. There's a lot of unique shades in here that I don't have in my collection for sure. You can create so many fun looks. It's just such a really fun palette. So that was it. Those are all I added 2 questions, so 12 questions of the perfect makeup tag. This is my perfect makeup look, as you can see, and I'm really happy with my responses. Please let me know your answers to some of these questions. If you have a channel, I would love to see you do this as well. Actually, I'm gonna tag a few of my friends, any people that I had tag in the description box. And also you guys, if you have a channel, anyone watching this, if you want to do this, please do, because it's such a fun tag. And that completes this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Summer vibes. Gives you a really nice, and it just gives you a nice this is the Dior Air Flash. Chatty videos make me like cough. I don't understand.